Common sense gun laws are not about your personal feelings or beliefs. You are elected because you have been chosen and are trusted to protect us. But let me say to you here today, I do not feel protected.
Somewhere out there, there's a mom listening to our testimony, thinking, I can't even imagine their pain, not knowing that our reality will one day be hers, unless we act now.
Hours after that emotional testimony Wednesday from the parents of the victims of both the Buffalo and Uvalde mass shootings, the House passed some of its toughest gun measures in years. The Protecting Our Kids Act would prohibit sale of semi-automatic weapons to people under the age of 21, ban high-capacity ammunition magazines, and create new federal offenses for gun trafficking. Unfortunately, the bill is likely doomed in the Senate as lawmakers in that chamber struggle to reach consensus on any measures that specifically pertain to guns. Joining me now, Democratic Michigan Congresswoman Debbie Dingell. First of all, thank you so much for joining today.
Good to be with you.
So, Congresswoman, why do you think it's so important for the House to take action on gun safety legislation and to act, even though the gun safety package you just passed is not going to go through the Senate?
So I think that there are a number of reasons. First, look, I'm somebody who understands guns from all sides. I am a child that had to hide in a closet when somebody, my father in this case, shouldn't have had a gun and literally tried to kill us more than once. But my husband was a board member of the NRA. Guns are a very complicated subject in this country. But we are seeing these mass shootings. But not only are we seeing these mass shootings, but the kinds of things that happened to me when I was a child are still happening across the country. So we got to show the American people that we are considering things, that we are working to get things done. We've got to put the Senate on notice that we want to move something forward. I don't think compromise is a dirty word. I think we need to make progress on this issue. And I think we need to put members on record. There are a lot of people that care about this issue in this country, and they need to see where the person that represents them stands on the issue as well.
You mentioned your own connection and understanding of guns and that this is a complicated issue. I think that that's a really, really important point as we enter into this sometimes fraught and emotional debate. But do you think that sometimes we get completely distracted by nonsensical ideas like one door or arming all teachers instead of talking, as you said, about serious ideas that could achieve a compromise between the two political sides?
I do. When I sat on the floor, the speaker asked as many of us to sit on the floor for the entire debate if we could, and I was one of the members that did not leave because this issue does matter to me. And when I hear a member get up and say, we need to arm every school child, we don't need young people walking around with guns. Dangerous things happen when young people who don't know how to even handle a gun. I mean, that is just nonsensical. But there are things, simple things like just raising the age from 18 to 21 of when someone can buy an assault weapon. I just don't know what is wrong with that. If you look at these mass shootings, most of them have been done by someone that's under 21, by 18-year-olds. How do you make sure my father shouldn't have had a gun? No one would have had this conversation 40 years ago. I spent years being embarrassed, not wanting anyone to know my story, thinking, there are 1,000 different thoughts. Now, at least we're willing to have some conversations. How do you keep people that are a danger to themselves? How do you keep someone that is guilty of domestic abuse, someone that might commit suicide? They shouldn't have guns. So how do you pass something that will keep people alive? Why can't we have that kind of conversation? We're not trying to take everybody's guns away. I am someone who's afraid of guns because I literally got in the middle more than once when my father was trying to kill my mother, and we were worried about what would happen. But I slept next to a responsible gun owner every night of our marriage. He had a handgun under that pillow. I know both sides of this, but I don't want people like my father to be able to have a gun.
Really, really, that resonates, I think, probably with a lot of folks at home, that personal piece there. I want to turn to the January 6 hearings because this is the first of a series of 6 hearings, public hearings. What do you hope to see at these hearings?
What I want is people to look at this with an open mind. I'm really worried about the fear and the hatred we are seeing divide this country. I think a lot of people don't realize that there were people that came to the Capitol on January 6th that wanted to overturn the outcome of the election. There were people that came to the Capitol that were prepared to kill. And I don't think that's who we are in America. I'm very concerned that people are trying to undermine people's confidence in the outcome of their votes. Most important thing we have in a democracy is our right to vote. People need to know that their vote's going to be counted accurately and election outcomes are honest and real. Our democracy is under attack. And what I'm hopeful is that people will see the depth of what some, not all, not everybody who came to the Capitol on January 6th came to do harm, but there were people that did.
Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, thank you so much for being here. It was really great to have you and to chat about these important issues in this crazy moment in American history. Thanks again.
It is a crazy moment. It's scary. We all got to pay attention.
It really is scary.
We can't take our democracy for granted.
Hi, I'm Zerlina Maxwell. Thanks for checking out our channel on YouTube. You can see more from Zerlina by clicking any of the videos on this screen, and make sure you subscribe below to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. Thanks for watching.